everybody? Welcome back to another video. Got another good one for y'all today. So I've had this song requested a lot of times over the last probably year now, and I'm sorry I hadn't got to it. I have no excuse. It is what it is. Now, without wasting any more time, we're doing the video today. Now, I will have to say some of the guys that's kind of pushed me to get this video done are our brothers over there in Australia. We love y'all. The name of this is I Was Only 19. I'm sure y'all Australian guys are getting crazy right now. But Redgum, I Was Only 19. Let's not waste any more time. And if you enjoy the content, please do me a favor. Hit that like button. It only helps me be able to get this out so more people can see it. Thank you so much. Let's get it. Okay. All right, so right off the rip, we're looking at Vietnam era, right? Because we got the black and white, obviously the black and white film thing going on. Really wasn't much color recording there. I think there was some, but not a lot back in that time frame. Then on top of that, you got the Hueys out there. The Hueys were big time being used during the Vietnam era stuff that was going on.
Mum and Dad and Denny saw the passing out parade at Puckapunyal. It was a long march from cadets. The 6th Battalion was the next to turn. It was me who drew the card. We did Canungra, Shoalwater before we left. And Townsville lined the footpaths as we marched down to the quay. This clipping from the paper shows us young and strong and clean. And there's me in me slouch hat with me S.
So your boy's over here. It looks like he's reminiscing from what he lived through when why did Australia get into Vietnam? Probably has to do with the whole NATO thing more than likely, but to what I can see, this looks like he's sitting at probably his kitchen table or whatever that is, reminiscing about his time while he was in Vietnam or whatever conflict that would have been. Like I said, I'm gonna keep referring to it as Vietnam because that's kind of the time frame that this represents to me.
Strong and clean, and there's me in me slouch hat with me SLR and greens. God help me. I was only 19. From Bungtow riding Chinooks to the dust at Newey Dad, I'd been in and out of choppers now for months. And we made our tents a home, VB and pin-ups on the lockers, and an Asian orange sunset through the scrub.
Okay, that's definitely Vietnam. 100% is Vietnam because they're walking through rice fields is what that is.
And an Asian orange sunset through the scrub.
I think that's a reference to the Agent Orange that was used over there.
Made our tents a home, VB and pin-ups on the lockers, and an Asian orange sunset through the scrub. And can you tell me, doctor, why I still can't get to sleep? And night time's just a jungle dark and a barking M16.
Okay, that's where we're going with this. So this just did a turn. This is all memories. because he's now asking his doctors, like, why can't I sleep, dude? When I close my eyes, all I can hear is just the M16s and stuff going off. And that's PTSD. PTSD. Because it happens to me. And there's sometimes days where I don't go to sleep. It doesn't happen very often anymore because I have found ways to cope. But I have found that there's times where I just pull back and pull away from everything. And a lot of it has to do with the time that I spent in Iraq and Afghanistan. And it's hard to explain it. I barely sleep. I barely even want to talk to my family even, but it just, for lack of a better way, it just sucks.
And what's this rash that comes and goes? Can you tell me what it means? God help me. I was only 19.
I was 20. I was 20 when I left to go to Iraq for my first deployment. So I kind of understand that feeling. I was only 19, so I totally get it.
A 4-week operation when each step could mean your last one on 2 legs. It was a war within yourself, but you wouldn't let your mates down till they had you dusted off. So you closed your eyes and thought about something else.
Yep.
And then someone yelled out, "Contact!" and the bloke behind me swore. We hooked in there for hours, then a God almighty roar, and Frankie kicked.
So it's crazy, the idea of how much chaos can erupt in such a short period of time, and the amount of decisions that can be made in said short period of time, because you could end up with troops in contact and the tick only lasts 2 minutes. But I'm telling you right now, that 2 minutes feels like a lifetime, because you are doing so much in such a short period of time to ensure that not only you, but the guys next to you and your girls on the other side of you, make sure that all your brothers and sisters are able to go home with you, right? And that you're able to shoot and move and do the things that you need to do. Make sure that your buddies and everything are all okay. And then all the while taking down the threat so that you can move forward. The sad part is all of those things, all of those thoughts, they play back in your head. The things that you've done, it plays back in your head. Those ones that you've lost, the ones that didn't make it home, you stay up at night and wonder what it was you could have done differently so they could have made it home.
To mind the day that mankind kicked the moon. God help me. He was going home in June.
So I want to play that one more time.
We hooked in there for hours, Then a God Almighty roar, and Frankie kicked a mine the day that mankind kicked the moon. God help me, he was going home in June.
He was going home in June. So basically what this guy is saying is his buddy Frankie stepped on a mine at the time that everybody was at home celebrating us landing on the moon. We had a guy. Now, I say we had a guy. I mean we as in the U.S. I didn't know him. He wasn't in our unit, but it was something that happened. But he got on the plane from where we were in Iraq. He got on the plane to go home. It was his ride to Kuwait in order to go home. They were not 100% sure when it happened. They assume it happened on takeoff or on their climb. But he didn't even make it to Kuwait. His plane ride to Kuwait, a stray bullet went through the fuselage of the aircraft and killed him on his way home. That's like, how do you tell that to the next of kin? Some
Frankie drinking tinnies in the Grand Hotel on a 36-hour rec leave in Bungtown. And I can still hear Frankie lying screaming in the jungle till the morphine came and killed the bloody row. And the Anzac legends didn't mention mud and blood and tears. And the stories that my father told me never seemed quite real. I caught some pieces in my back that I didn't even feel. God help me, I was only 19. And can you tell me, doctor, why I still can't get to sleep? And why the Channel 7 chopper chills me to my feet? And what's this rash that comes and goes? Can you tell me what it means?
For some of us, that rash, like those of us that were especially in Iraq and even in Afghanistan back in the very, very early parts of the war, because we had all of the burn pits and stuff like that going on, where we were basically inhaling like all of the trash, biological trash, like all of everything that was considered waste of any kind was thrown in a burn pit and burned when we were over there. We didn't have any kind of a landfill or any other way to really get rid of everything, so they, for whatever reason, decided to burn everything. Back then, we didn't think there was really that much of an issue. Over the last, 10, 15 years now, or I think it was 10 years or whatever it is, we've learned that it was an issue because there have been problems that people keep popping up with that now the VA has to take care of. So this is tough. It's like this song is about this guy's friend Frankie, and kind of a two-part. It's about his friend Frankie, but it's also about his dealings with the aftermath of what war has done to him. And it's tough. It's really tough. And there's some days it just feels like it's too much, honestly.
What's this rash that comes and goes? Can you tell me what it means? God help me. I was only 19.
So yeah, it's been a minute since we've done a video like this. Y'all don't hit me in the head too hard. I'm sorry I didn't do this sooner. I should have done this a lot sooner. I really should have. I can tell you, PTSD is not. It's a real thing. I will say that there are a lot, and people are going to not like me for saying this, but it is what it is. There's a lot of people out there that abuse even the idea of PTSD, and it infuriates me because they will claim they'll claim PTSD off the smallest things. And I'm like, I understand that the idea of PTSD has changed over the last 100 years or so, because originally it was I think they called it shell shock or something like that, and then they called it combat fatigue and various other things. And to this day we know it as post-traumatic stress syndrome. But it's like I said, I see so many people that I don't want to take away that they haven't been through something traumatic. But at the same time, it's just, I've seen so many people that have truly been through absolute hell and have stared evil dead in its face and willingly went through what most won't go through in order to try to create a better place for everybody else. But yet those are the ones that don't run around claiming the PTSD. I don't understand it. But again, I'll say, I really wish I would have done this a long time ago when I first saw it, but it is what it is. Everything happens for a reason. So anyway, I really appreciate it. If y'all have made it this far in the video, please do me a favor, hit that sub button, like and share with a friend. We'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all take care.